Just about 3 minutes or so until the opening bell on this Tuesday morning. We got a deal to talk about. Google agreeing to buy Mandiant. $5.4 billion is the price on this. Mandiant is a cybersecurity company. Actually, Google's second largest deal ever, interestingly, after the buy of Motorola Mobility back in 2012 for about $12.5 billion. So it was second by a pretty large margin here. But it's interesting, Saz, that we're seeing Mandiant shares fall. That's in part because this is a deal that had been speculated upon and reported upon. And so Mandiant shares have been climbing in recent days, but also perhaps because there were reports that Microsoft was interested in Mandiant as well, and then reports that it was no longer interested. So that could be why we're seeing those shares fall back a little bit.
Now, what a time for Google to be making, or Alphabet, I should say, be making this acquisition in the cybersecurity space. But some interesting fun facts here, Julie. This used to be the old FireEye business. FireEye, really was a market darling when it went public in 2013. They rebranded last year because they sold off their product business. So this is a core business that FireEye actually bought in 2014 for $1 billion. Now Google's stepping up here today, buying it for $5.4 billion. So what exactly is Google getting, Julia? A play on cybersecurity advice, helping companies overcome any potential cyber risks related to their business. $483 million in sales last year, up 21% year over year, $356 million operating loss. That is not a good look. But most importantly, bookings, gross bookings for Mandiant last year, $609 million, up close to 50%. That's a good number.
Yeah, it is a good number. And it's something, so it's effectively what Alphabet is trying to do here, among other things, is diversify its revenue stream, right? Alphabet's still dominated by its advertising business, its search business. That's where it gets most of its revenue. So this would help it diversify that. There are questions about potential regulatory hurdles. As we know, it feels like the Justice Department has been a little bit, and the FTC have been a little bit more resistant to some deals by these tech giants. So we'll see if this one gets some resistance on that front as well. It is at least a possibility. I mentioned Microsoft, by the way, named as a potential contender for this company, no longer. But Microsoft's been buying a lot of stuff recently,
yeah.
and
they'll be buying more. They'll be buying more.
Yeah, and I mean, it also still has to get regulatory approval for some of its acquisitions, notably the Activision Blizzard one. So it'll be interesting to see what we hear from regulators as to what they're going to say about these deals.